All right, so in this particular video, let's understand the difference between an AI and an agent. So, like, what difference is there, right? And this is actually, very important. So, with that, let's just start with the video. So, right now, if we talk about AI and agent, so let's say what is AI? That AI is just nothing but like just an LLM, okay? Large language model, basically a dumb large language model. Think of it, like this. You as a human, you have a brain, okay? So here, let's do one thing. Let's take a brain. So this particular brain is basically what is controlling your whole body, right? Your entire body. What I'm speaking right now, whatever things I'm understanding, so whatever things are there, the brain does everything, right? But like, imagine one thing. What if, I separate the brain from your body? Okay, so there is this particular brain with like no body. So what can this brain do, right? It can have some kind of an input. Let's say I ask this brain something like, hey, what is 2 plus 2? Okay, so let's say the very simple question is, what is 2 plus 2? And what this brain can do is, this brain can give you some kind of an output, because your brain knows that 2 plus 2 is actually 4. This is all okay, right? You have given an input and you got an output. So this is basically like what your LLM does. So what is an LLM? It's like a brain, dumb brain, basically, to which you give any input and it gives you its output. The only problem, right, with this brain is that this brain doesn't have a body. For example, if I tell it that, hey, go on Twitter, okay, go on Twitter and post a tweet, okay, like a tweet about 2 plus 2, let's say, just giving you an example, okay? So what if, like, I give your brain this command, but your brain has no body, okay? This is the thing. So your brain has no body, so like, will it be able to do that thing? The answer is, well, no. The brain knows how to do it. The brain has everything, that I have to go to Twitter, have to log in, what is a tweet, how to do tweets, everything it knows. The only problem is, like, because it doesn't have hands and legs, because it doesn't have a body, it cannot perform anything, right? Similarly, even in the real world, if I say right now that, hey, there is this cloth and this cloth has to be picked up, my brain needs these hands to do these physical things. So this is exactly like where the agent comes into the picture. So when you take this into, agentic form, when you talk about agent basically means, what can I do? I will give a body to this brain, this smart brain, okay, a body. So this is basically the body, so that, because it has thinking capability. But if I also give it a body, then it can do extra task also. Work, for example, going on Twitter and posting something, or maybe fetching real-time weather, or like changing my files. So that is basically what your LLM plus does, basically means agent. So what do we do, right? As a developer, we create tools, which is also, called a body, okay? So tools can be, for example, I can create a tool like, post a tweet. So I can have a tool, post a tweet. I can have a tool, get weather information, okay, get a weather information. So what are all these, these are all tools which I can expose as a context to my LLM, like, hey, do you have these tools available? If the user said that, hey, fetch the current weather and post it on my Twitter, then this LLM is smart enough to first, call this function, okay, which as a developer I will create, then get back the response, and then use this particular function to actually like do that tweet. So what happens with this, right? Our agent gets ready. So what is agent basically doing, using its smartness, using its brain, using my body, using my tools? It can perform a specific task which, it could not do before. So if I have to give you like an example of what an agent is, so inside an agent you have first custom prompt, which you also call instructions, okay? So like, custom instructions, plus you have an LLM model, okay? And on top of it, you have what you have, basically, the tools. So what is this called? This is called, well, equals to an agent. So this is your agent, basically. Now in this particular scenario, look, the LLM model, this is something that, always remains constant. As a developer, you don't create this. Big companies create these. There is Mistral, there is Llama, not Olama, I should say, Llama Instruct, right? You have models like Opus, you have models like Sonnet, you have OpenAI's models like GPT, you have Haiku models here, Gemini models. So these models, big companies create them. These are called frontier models. As a developer, your entire work will be on instructions and on tools, and like orchestrating them, running them properly, running them in loops. So this is basically so this is basically what we are going to build as a part of agents, and these agent SDKs, right, they make this very thing easy. On top of this, uh, they provide like an abstraction. For example, you can see, if you will look here, you queried, you gave a prompt. A prompt is basically what your instructions, and then you are giving some tools. So these are some built-in tools, but you can also create your own custom tools. So this is basically like what it takes to create an agent, what it takes for an LLM to be an agent. Okay. So yeah, that was all about this particular video. So I hope you got the gist, that what is the difference between an AI and an agent.